Good afternoon and welcome. We are delighted to have you virtually tune in today to journey along with us for part two of our vaccination series, Myths and Facts about Children and COVID-19 Vaccination. We represent Mecklenburg County Public Health and will be speaking to each of you about kids and the COVID-19 vaccination. For general questions regarding COVID-19, feel free to call 980-314-9400. Select option 3 for English and option 8 for Spanish. Our hours of operation are 8 o'clock a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m., Monday through Friday. We are available and ready to answer any questions you may have pertaining to COVID-19. Be sure to share this information with friends, family, colleagues, and most importantly, associates. We have several representatives of Mecklenburg County Public Health's COVID-19 response unit with us today. To begin, my name is Gwendolyn Devins. I serve as the Resource Center Health Program Manager for Outreach and Education. Next, we have with us Darian Woods, our epidemiologist. Additionally, two of our health educators, Patricia Navarro and Megan Aluwalia. Last and certainly not least, our communications specialist, Michelle Partridge-Doer. So let's dive right in. As we travel through this webinar today, please feel free to utilize the Q&A feature to post your questions. They will be answered as they appear. For any that we may miss along the way, they will be answered prior to the conclusion of this presentation. So, is it better to build immunity through natural infection or through vaccination? This is a quote from a grandparent of a kindergarten student. This can appear as a spotty quote, but is a very common question that sometimes rings in a lot of our ears. Notably, we have battled this pandemic for 2 years now and are continuously faced with whether or not immunity works better than vaccine. We hope that the information captured today will help you to filter through the facts and fictions of COVID-19 in pursuit of you making an informed decision. What will we cover today? We have a couple of new items for you during our time together compared to our part 1 presentation. This includes sharing up-to-date COVID-19 statistics for kids in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, and COVID-19 natural immunity versus vaccination. We will then move into shot options, and lastly, where parents and caregivers can locate trusted information. Keep in mind that only local county data will be shared, not state or national data. So next, we have, what does COVID-19 look like for kids right now? This will now be an opportunity for Darian, our epidemiologist, to share some current data and take us through the lens of what it looks like in Charlotte and surrounding counties.
Thanks, Gwen. In Mecklenburg County, we saw just over 13 cases in children during these past 2 weeks. This is down 66% from the 2-week period. During January 24th through February 6th, where here in Mecklenburg County, we saw our cases begin to recede, we had just over 3,900 cases among children. In all, children under 18 accounted for 25% of all new cases reported in Mecklenburg County. To give some perspective on this percentage, overall, children represented 23% of our total population here in Mecklenburg County. So we are seeing a slightly high representation in children in our total cases. during the Delta peak, where we saw children representing over 30% of our total cases. So that gives a perspective, children are accounting for less of their total cases right now. The graph to our bottom right shows all children cases from the start of the school year. This really puts into perspective how substantial this past surge was compared to the start of the school year, where we are experiencing the Delta wave. Fortunately, with this latest surge, we are seeing a significant decrease in cases. Numbers are decreasing at a faster rate than during the Delta surge. Now on to children vaccinations. Since the beginning of November, kids 5 to 11 have been able to receive their COVID-19 vaccinations. As of this week, 32% of our 5 to 11-year-old kids here in Mecklenburg County have received their first dose, and 27% have received their second dose and are now completed with their primary vaccine series. On the other hand, children 12 to 15 have been able to be vaccinated since September, and even earlier for children 16 and 17 years old. And among this age group, 12 to 17 years, here in Mecklenburg County, almost 60% have received their first dose. Overall, we estimate around 102,000 kids 5 to 17 years old have not started their vaccination series. This shows we have opportunities to increase our efforts to get kids here in Mecklenburg County vaccinated. I'll pass it back over to Gwen, who will continue with the myths and facts surrounding COVID-19 vaccinations.
Thanks so much, Darian, for that valuable information and allowing us to see what it looked like over the past couple of weeks. Now that we know what is going on in our area, let's now talk about immunity and what that means. Is it better to have immunity due to infection with COVID-19 or the COVID-19 shot? Inquiring minds truly want to know. So let's take a deeper dive. What is immunity? Immunity is the ability of your body to fight off an illness without making you sick. Immunity, also known as your body's defense, or to creatively say, the system that protects your child's body from outside invaders, such as germs, bacteria, viruses, fungi, and even toxins. It's not permanent with COVID-19. What is natural immunity? This is when your body creates antibodies, a defense response, to fight off COVID-19 after you have already gotten sick with COVID-19. In most cases, this defensive response from your body keeps you from getting the same illness back to back. Importantly, natural immunity is not built until after you catch COVID-19, and it's temporary. So now that we have identified natural immunity, let's explore vaccine immunity. So what is vaccine immunity? Well, the vaccine or COVID-19 shot tricks your immune system into thinking it's fighting off COVID-19 and helps your body build the same type of antibodies, which is a defense against COVID-19. Please note, you do not have to get infected with COVID-19 to get these antibodies. So drum roll, please. Which is better? Vaccine immunity is. Experts agree that the COVID-19 vaccine is the safest way to build immunity against COVID-19 and protect us from severe illness. So we're now at our halfway mark of the presentation, and it's time to check out an interesting question. So I've heard that kids don't really get very sick from COVID-19. So why not just get it and build natural immunity? Well, perhaps there are some dangers. Some children get sicker than others with COVID-19. Previously, healthy children around the world have been hospitalized, suffered long-term COVID-19 symptoms, received multi-system inflammatory syndrome, or even died. Furthermore, COVID-19 can be unpredictable in children, just like adults. We still do not know the lasting effects of COVID-19 illness and will not know for many years to come. The bottom line is COVID-19 shots provide the safest way to build immunity. The defense system, think protection against COVID-19. So now that I know what is going on with kids in my area and natural immunity versus vaccine immunity, what shot does my child get? So take a close look here. The information presented before you is split into 3 separate sections, which varies by age, but quite distinct of one particular vaccine. If your child is between the ages of 5 and 17, he or she is authorized to receive the Pfizer vaccine. So if you look to your left, for ages 5 to 11, 2 doses are required, 21 days apart. There is a smaller dose administered compared to teens and adults. And children with compromised immune systems, for example, kids who may have a very weak immune system due to severe illnesses, may get up to 3 shots. So let's now center our focus on the middle column, our teens ages 12 to 17. They will receive the same doses, and it's the same as adults. Likewise, those with compromised immune systems may get 3 shots for the first series. When you look to your far right, it is noted here that booster shots, which is an additional dose of vaccine, are recommended and can be administered after 5 months. Children with compromised immune systems may get a booster 5 months after their 3rd shot. Let's now take a closer look at what a primary series is versus a booster. Beginning with primary series. Primary series is defined as the initial round of shots given 21 days apart, which equates to 2 to 3 shots total. A booster is given 5 months after the initial round of shots, currently only for children ages 12 and older. What if my child is under 5 years old? Well, as of today, Thursday, February 24th, 2022, kids under the age of 5 are not authorized to receive COVID-19 shots. There are ongoing trials in effect right now to study safety for kids younger than 5. Now let's bring this on home. Now that I know what is going on with kids in my area, natural immunity versus vaccine immunity, and what shots my child can get, where can I go for trusted information? Consider consulting with your doctor or your child's doctor. Visit your local health department or visit some reliable, accurate, and resourceful government websites, such as the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, NCDHHS. the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. Areas that are popular but may need to avoid are social media and opinion websites. Nonetheless, there are sources we may need to approach with caution, such as TV news, media stations, and even our local newspapers. So, the time is now 12:17. We have now reached the part of this session where we will now acknowledge questions you may have regarding this webinar. Please remember to use the Q&A feature as our chat is currently inactive.
At this time, there are no questions in the chat.
So, thank you so much, Megan, for that feedback. We have some upcoming vaccination clinics to be held this weekend, Saturday, February 26th, from 10 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. That consists of Greenway Park Elementary School, located at 8301 Monroe Road of Charlotte, North Carolina, 28212. We also have a clinic at Marie G. Davis Middle School, located at 3351 Griffith Street of Charlotte, North Carolina, 28203. And lastly, for this weekend, we have Westerly Hills Academy, located at 4420 Denver Avenue of Charlotte, North Carolina, 28208. Nonetheless, we have a clinic coming up next Monday, February 28th, the final day of our month, from 4 to 7 p.m. And that one is located at Crown Point Elementary School, 3335 Sam Newell Road, Matthews, North Carolina, 28105. We truly welcome your presence there. Well, everyone, we applaud you for joining us for this virtual session this afternoon. If you have more questions, visit our website. Check us out at www.mecnc.gov/COVID-19. Or always feel free to call us at 980-314-9400. Again, that's option 3 for English and option 8 for Spanish. We truly thank you for joining us this afternoon. A recording of the webinar will be made available to you for later viewing via our website. So stay tuned and see you back for part 3 of our vaccination series on Thursday, March the 10th. Same time, same place. Wishing you a wonderful remainder of your day.